Greetings viewers from MahaMTB. I am Chandrashekhar Nene. I study international geopolitics. Along with me is Mr. Yogesh, who is the videographer. This new year has not been very auspicious for some countries. In my last video, I showed how New Year has been bad for China. Now the next one, it seems New Year has been very bad and very violent for a large country in the Central Asian area, and that is Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan, when I say large country, it is huge country. Actually, in size, it is the 9th largest country in the world. It is very big. It is also, you can say it is comparable to 80% of India's area. It actually can encompass the entire Western Europe. But interestingly, this country population is very low. Almost 190,000 population, 1.9 million is the population of this country. So, it is very low. Its population density is among the lowest in the world, which is 6 people per square kilometer. This country till 1990 was a part of Soviet USSR, Union of Socialist Soviet Republic, and in 91 when the Soviet Empire broke away, when Gorbachev let go of all the empire satellites, Kazakhstan became free. At that time, the person who was in charge of the country, his name was Nur Sultan Nazarbayev. He was born in 1940, so he became the president, or now the prime minister or president of the newly formed republic. It was formed as a republic, so it had to have elections. So he did the elections and he secured 98% of votes. Interestingly, there was no opponent. So we often wonder where the 2% votes went, because there was no nota in those days. Let it be. So he became the chief of the country. But there are some great points about this country which you must know first. Kazakh, the word Kazakh comes from Turkish language. Turkish language is the language of Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, some people speak Turkish, and the Xinjiang region of China. So, it is East Turkestan and West Turkestan, not Turkestan, mind you, that is the Turkish language. Kaz means Q-A-Z, Kaz means wanderer. So, these people were wandering tribes and they used to do marauding, looting and attacking travelers. They could attack the travelers because Kazakhstan, if you see the map, is right in the middle of the ancient Silk Route. Silk Route is the route, is the land route which exited from China all the way up to Europe. That was the route through which Marco Polo had travelled, if you remember. Now, this Silk Route was a mainstay for trade between China and rest of the world, and China, as you know, was very famous for exporting its silk. That is why the name Silk Route. Now, these were small bands of marauding people, marauding tribes, and they were very good in and very fierce in attacking. So, they used to form small bands and they used to harass the travelling tradespeople, and because of the harassment, the tradespeople used to pay them some ransom. Later on, that ransom name was changed into octroi or customs duty. So, that has been the mainstay for survival for these people, because this area has a very huge quantity of desert. There is not enough rainfall, plus it is in the wintry region of the northern hemisphere. That is why it is in the steppes. Steppes, the agricultural production is only in the north of the country, and some fish trade is on the west of the country, where there is the Caspian Sea. As you know, Caspian Sea has a very good quality of caviar coming from there. On the western coast of Caspian Sea is Azerbaijan with its capital Baku, the best caviar production. Southern shores of Caspian Sea is Iran, and the eastern shores is Kazakhstan. Now, this country at that time, although was making its money from the travelers, by looting or collecting octroi and all, later on it was found that this country's mineral resources are enormous. What does this country have? Yes, you guessed it right. This has natural gas and petrol, I mean crude oil. Huge reserves of crude oil and natural gas are there, which are being exploited by companies which invested in this country from Russia, America, and mainly now China. But that is not all. This country also is the largest producer of uranium. Yes, you heard it right. Uranium, which is used in the atomic weapons and also in production of energy. atomic energy. Now, because this country is the largest producer in the line of production capacity, this country, then Canada, then Congo, then Australia. And this country, although it looks somewhere far in Central Asia, interestingly from New Delhi to Almaty or to Astana, the capital of this country, it is only 3 to 3.5 hours flight. It is very close by, it is not very far off. Only thing, there is no sustainable land route existing there, so you have to take a flight. Beautiful country, it has got, like India, it has got multiple climates, it has got very wintry snow-capped mountains in the north, it has got beaches in the south and on the west, on the Caspian Sea, big deserts, frozen deserts, and most importantly, it has got this oil and natural gas and uranium. So, it has been a friend of India. This country is also very interesting. It has 130 different nationalities living in it, 130 different ethnicities living in it, almost like India for that matter. So, India is friends with Kazakhstan, so much so that our Prime Minister Narendra Modi has invited the 5 heads of states from all the Stan republics. Stan republics is named in such because Stan is a Sanskrit and Persian word for place. Sthan and Stan come from the same root, which is the Sanskrit root. So, the 5 states of erstwhile Russia, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan, these 5 states are friends of India because India was friends with Russia too, and Russia, by the way, is pronounced Rasha in Russia, so I will call it Rasha. So, India has invited the 5 heads of states of all these stans for our 26th January parade just a few weeks from now. And this is also to pressurize the Afghanistan area and the Pakistan area, that these are our friends in the north. And incidentally, Pakistanis are hated in Kazakhstan because Kazakhstan, although 72% Muslims, 23% Christians and then other ethnicities, is not the Wahhabi Muslim country. They do not go into the Muslim extremist and ISIS and all that is not existent in Kazakhstan. In fact, they hate this. Also, because it has huge supplies of natural wealth, the country is very rich. It is the richest Soviet country in that region. The per capita income of a Kazakhi person is $10,000 per annum, which is 5 times that of an Indian citizen. The price of petrol till almost 3 years back was 9 rupees a litre. Suddenly, the government decided that the money is not enough, and because of COVID, the petrol supply is not going to fetch too much money because the uptake was reduced. So, they increased the price to double the value. From 9 rupees, it went to 18 rupees a litre. And now, after 3 years, listen this, after 3 years, there has been riots in the streets of Kazakhstan, the big cities of Kazakhstan, in protest against this price rise. Government has brought the price rise down immediately. It almost is a parallel with the Kisan Andolan in India. Government has brought down the Kisan Andolan, still the so-called Kisans are busy creating anarchy. You saw that in Punjab only a few days back. Now, this is the similarity because this particular riot is also fed by China, because Kazakhstan also increased the import duty on this Silk Route traffic of China, because China has put railroads through Kazakhstan to Europe. It is almost 8 days journey for Chinese goods to go to Europe and for European supplies to come to China, and Kazakhstan has suddenly increased its duty. So, now the government, the people are saying that Mr. Nazarbayev has been there for 30 years, he was there for 29 years, in 2019 he resigned and he has appointed Mr. Kasim Tokayev as the next president. He is currently the president. He has sacked his prime minister only on the 5th of January. A new prime minister is Mr. Mimin is the prime minister now. But the so-called rioters are not stopping their riots. Same situation. It's Chinese incited riots because of the increase in customs duty. China felt the pinch. And now Kazakhstan is also a member of an organization, CSTO, Collective Security Treaty Organization of Russia and all its satellite countries, and they had requested Vladimir Putin and the organization for support, and now crack troops of Russia and Belarusia have entered Kazakhstan and shoot at sight order are on in those cities. I am quite sure this particular riot will be quelled. It will be quelled not by peaceful means. Riots are never quelled by peaceful means. Please take it into your mind. This whole mumbo jumbo about a peaceful riot quelling is a joke. It doesn't happen, not at all in Kazakhstan. So they will quell the riots. What is important for us and why it is important for us that Kazakhstan should remain peaceful is because they are our largest supplier of uranium. Today they are supplying 7,500 tons of uranium ore every year. They are the largest supplier. After that comes Canada and Australia. Plus they are very close by. Their uranium is cheaper to come to India, and that's why Kazakhstan should remain peaceful. And moreover so, because the riots were incited by China, China is in the opposing camp. We are friends of Kazakhstan. The riots should stop. Maybe there could be a regime change. That has nothing to do with what is happening right now. We will keep our eyes open. We will keep very careful watch over what is happening in Kazakhstan. Wanted to bring this information to you as soon as it is happening in that area. That's why the video. If you like this video, please share it with your friends and relatives. Please subscribe to our channel. Please press the bell icon if you have not done so, so that we can intimate you our videos immediately. Then we put it on board. And also, please give your comments. Thank you.